Hello, welcome to Tutors of Life podcast, where we research life so you don't have to. Episode 402. This is your host, Shaun Tutor.
And this is Sam, and this is a talk episode where the tutors talk. Good morning.
Good morning.
We don't do morning podcasts too often.
Not very often.
No. They'll probably start happening more.
You think so? Oh, if we did this?
Uh-huh.
Makes sense. I thought we were going to start podcasting at the office.
Yeah, and how has that gone? I've been slowly setting up the office. We still need to get a screen.
All right.
Are we getting new microphone or more microphones?
I thought we discussed that.
Okay. I'll start ordering stuff.
There we go. Crazy.
Mm-hmm. It is.
So yeah, we could do that.
Mm-hmm. That'd be fun.
What's new?
Oh, man. I haven't had my coffee yet.
Okay, nice.
Let me think on that. What's new with you?
Well, I slept in. It felt good. I feel tired. I could sleep for another hour or two.
Why did it feel so good to sleep in?
I'm going to tell you what. I do think there's such a thing as like recovery days, like days to like just sleep and recover. Mm-hmm. You think so? Mm-hmm. Like people say you can't catch up on sleeping. I don't believe them.
I think you can.
I think you can.
Mm-hmm.
I think you can go hard a few days and then just like bang out a lot of sleep and catch up.
Yep.
But I'm dogging right now because I woke up and my body's like, no, son. You keep sleeping.
Mm-hmm. But no. No.
But I got to do something with my life. I woke up at 5 feeling pretty good.
Yeah.
I should have got up then.
Yeah, I figured.
But I was like, sleeping's feeling so good. I should go back to sleep. But I should have got up when I got up. Because now I'm like, fuck. It's like that thing. Is it Mel Robbins who talks about it?
Yeah.
Or like if you go back to bed and you don't get your full sleep cycle in again, you're like all fucked up.
Yep.
And that's what happened.
That's what's like the one we've talked about this with like the baby and whatnot. So many times she'll wake me up at, it used to be like 4 or 3 or whatever. And when I would wake up at that time, I was so awake and I'm like, I should just stay up. I could get so much shit done, just take a nap during the day. But then I go back to sleep and then I wake up and I regret it.
Yep. No, dude, it's so true. It's getting up when you wake up and just start doing shit. It's the best. Mm-hmm. But what was it? So Monday and Wednesday this week, I was invited out fishing. I was invited out fishing Monday. Mm-hmm. So I woke up at 4. And turns out, dude, I didn't know this. If I want, I can get out of the house early. Usually, my morning takes me like forever. I can't do anything. And I woke up at 4, and I was out of the house on the road by 4:15 both days. And I was like, this is dumb. This is like, why can't I do this normally? And
I'm guessing what helped is like, you already packed your fishing stuff the night before, so you just literally had to change, get your drinks together, and leave.
That's it.
So you didn't have to pack your work bag. You didn't have to pack food.
Nothing.
And I think you always overthink packing those things.
For sure. Mm-hmm. So I just grab that shit and go.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it was pretty sweet.
Yeah.
It was pretty sweet. So took in... what am I saying here?
How did Monday go? How did Monday fishing?
Oh, Monday went good. There was 4 of us, and we caught 37, or we kept 37 crappies, and that was in like 2.5 hours, 3 hours maybe, 2.5 hours. So it's pretty good.
Yeah.
It went so good that I was like, dang, dude, let's come back Wednesday.
Oh, so you insinuated going back Wednesday.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Okay.
So I was like, this went well. Why would we not go again? And they're like, twist our arm. We'll go. So Wednesday comes around. Well, so then obviously I got minimal sleep Monday. Tuesday, I had jiu-jitsu in the morning, so I got minimal sleep then.
And we had Whiskeria.
And we had Whiskeria, so I was up late. So then So Sunday night into Monday, minimal sleep, just running around doing shit. Monday into Tuesday, minimal sleep because get up for jiu-jitsu, and I was up all night doing dumb shit. Then Tuesday into Wednesday, had Whiskeria, and then I was up at 4 again, so I got fucking no sleep again. And but then we went out fishing, 3 of us this time, and we caught 75, so we limited out 25 each. No, we didn't. We caught a lot more, not a lot more. But we kept 75 crappies in 3 hours.
This is so impressive, dude.
And it was awesome.
Yeah,
it was really cool. And I was like, if this how fishing could be all the time,
you would like it more.
Fishing would be the best sport ever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say though, catching crappies. We caught a bass, and I don't know. I think it was a smallmouth bass. Anyways, catch that, dude. That's a lot more fun than catching a crappie.
Yeah,
because it actually fights.
Yeah, I could see that. Nothing like a tarpon, I'm guessing.
Nothing.
Dude, I was like reminiscing about that trip the other day for I don't know what reason. And just fucking watching you all try and reel in those tarpons was incredible.
It was awesome. It was because my dad and I caught tarpons, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then what did Beverly catch that was really a good fight? Remember that weird fish she caught?
Yeah, I don't remember what it was called though.
Me neither. It was some sort of, what was that? Huh.
I have a picture of it on my phone, so we can look it up.
Yeah. Anyways, some sort of snapper, I thought. Is that what they called it?
I thought we were trying to catch red snappers, but we couldn't. I don't think we got any.
Okay. Anyways, we gonna go again this year.
Fishing?
Yeah. In Florida.
As long as we have someone else there to watch baby.
That'd be smart.
Mm-hmm.
That would be smart.
Yeah.
I already know people.
In Florida?
Yeah, dude.
Hold
on. No. No, maybe 50-50.
Oh, okay.
It's 50-50.
Interesting.
Maybe.
Weird.
Okay.
Continue.
What's up? Continue. All right. So fishing was good.
Yeah.
And then last night I just slept.
Mm-hmm.
I just slept because I had nothing going on this morning.
Dude, it worked out great because baby went down early. You went down early. I just got to shower by myself and not have to worry about anything. It was really nice.
I was about it.
Mm-hmm. I
was dead to the world.
You really were. It's Shaun's job to read stories to Lily. So it was like 8:45 and I was like, okay, like read her a story, whatever. And Shaun's the one falling asleep. Lily's wide awake.
I'm like, yeah, dude, this ain't working.
Nope. I mean, she needed to eat anyway, so I knew she wasn't going to fall asleep. But still, like, she was just, like, wide-eyed and bushy-tailed, and you were like...
Yep. Anyways, I should have got up at 5 today.
Yeah.
Because I am tired still.
Yeah.
We'll get it figured out. So, now that you've had your coffee, what's up?
Not a whole lot. We did some yard work this weekend. I don't think we talked about that on Monday's podcast.
Right.
So it was nice. We got half of our yard strawed. But it's been so dry here that the straw is not even helping keep moisture in the ground. So our grass is not growing yet, but it'll get there.
Mm-hmm.
I went plant shopping again, which that was fun. Went and got a burger from Boondocks. It's very interesting because I'm sure you guys don't care about flowers, but that's fine. Every year there seems to be like the flower of the year.
Okay.
Where like all these greenhouses have way more of one thing compared to the rest. And then there always is like there's some things that we always get every year. And last year, because I always get dahlias. I love getting dahlias because I can dig up the bulbs at the end of the season and replant them in the spring, and they grow back. But they do just have such beautiful flowers too. Last year we could not find a single place with dahlias at a reasonable price, I should say. Some of the greenhouses are quite expensive, so we go to a lot of Amish greenhouses, which are quite a bit cheaper. But none of them had dahlias last year. This year, everywhere. There's so many dahlias everywhere. Which was great, because then I was like, well, I'll just catch up from not getting any last year. But then we always also get, my mom calls them baby bells. They're petunias, but they're like a smaller version of it. And they're really nice because they have way more flowers on them than regular petunias. So they're just like these really pretty plants. And we got quite a few last year, and because one of the greenhouses had a ton of different colors. It was so much fun to like just be able to get them and then match them with the other plants we got. This year, one greenhouse had quite a few of them, but we didn't. I shouldn't say quite a few. I had a couple of them, but we didn't get them there because we're like, oh, the next greenhouse is always like packed full of that one. The next greenhouse didn't have any. And we're like, what happened? You usually have so many of these. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it was, a lot of places have lots of just like, become filler plants. So they're just like leafy things. They don't bloom or anything. So a lot of places had a ton of filler plants, which was lame. But yeah, so that's been my plant shopping experience. I got a nice pile of plants outside I gotta fill my pots with. Got a whole bunch of dead things in this room behind me that I need to take out and plant new things in. They're not all dead. I think I only killed like 2 plants this year, which was pretty impressive. So yeah, so that was pretty fun. And then we had what did we do Monday night?
I don't remember.
Cool. We probably just gymmed and then came home and then cooked dinner and then it's nighttime.
Shit. Yeah, that's fucking. I actually thought of that yesterday. I was like, damn, now that we train at night, our nights are just gone. They're just gone.
Yep.
Which is okay.
Yeah, it's fine. Because now I do, we're getting Lily on a little bit better of a schedule. She was cluster feeding pretty bad for a while, so it was just like, it just felt like she was constantly eating and not napping. But now we're kind of getting past that again, so she'll probably sleep until 9, and then I'll feed her again, and then she'll probably sleep again until about 11. So yeah, we're getting on a little bit more of a schedule with her, which has been really nice. She's been taking longer naps, feeding less times, but for a longer amount of time. So that's been really, really helpful. But yeah, then that helps at night because she'll have kind of like a snack around 5:36, and then we'll have an awake window with her at home, play with her, and then she'll eat anywhere from 8 or 9 for her bedtime. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's been nice. Cool. Tuesday was Viscoria. Shaun and Ryan talked an intro to financing, which is so funny. It was kind of nice that it was a smaller group just because like we wanted to go to bed.
Oh yeah.
So we didn't want to be there late anyway, so it was helpful that it was a smaller group. But it's very interesting how quite a few people bring up to you like we need more intro topics. Like some of these topics are just too complex. We need more like dumbed down, like simpler ones. And then it was interesting that it was way less people at the intro.
Yeah, so dumb. I mean, it was nice out, right? It was nice out, so I get it that people wanted to like do their thing. It's just funny, like Ryan, you guys should have more intro stuff. We want a ton of people ask about financing. A ton of people ask about financing. And so we've had like high level finance guys like Derek Dombeck come and speak. But for the average person, it's so over their head. And so they're like, no, we want it like dumbed down. So, okay. So Ryan and I do it. And then half the people show up. It's like, oh, good job, dummies. Now you're going to ask us next month about financing shit. And you could have got these questions answered here.
Yep.
So
there were some people that I was like, oh yeah, they needed to be there for that. Like it was very good for them to be there for that. But yeah, our meeting size was 19 people.
Yeah.
And usually it's around 40. So there was quite a few people that I was like, they should be here, and they weren't.
Yeah. Which, at the end of the day, it's all right. It's good value for the people that were there. I believe it was good value for the people that was there. It's a fun topic, and a couple of things Ryan said reminded me of a couple of the things that like to keep doing, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good. It's good to do.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a fun meeting. Hung out, chilled, chatted for a little bit, and yeah.
Baby came.
Yep.
To her first Whiskeria meeting.
She did good.
She did really good. I will say, so Shaun and I don't watch TV, which is for the best.
Occasionally we'll watch a movie or something.
Yeah. So like Lily doesn't get exposed to any of that or anything. But like we've seen her like when we do watch movies, like if something's on the TV, she's like glued to it. And she was getting a little fussy because she wanted to nap, but she just would not like fall asleep. But there was a lot of things going on. There was a really loud door there that kept slamming shut and people talking and whatnot. So it was pretty loud. But she was just getting fussy, and I just wanted to eat my food. And so they had slot machines there with their fun pictures and colors and whatnot. So I might have strategically placed her in a way where she just watched those in silence for 10 minutes while I ate.
Yep.
It works.
It works.
Dude, I as long as they're not exposed to it for a long amount of time, it's fine. That's what I'm telling myself.
There you go. That's how it starts. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, like I'm going to just prop her in front of a TV.
Hi, JK. That's how a lot of parents parent. Here's the TV. Plop. Kid sits there and just dazed and confused.
Dude, we don't even need to. We just lay her on her piano, man. She just entertains herself for 45 minutes.
Yep, which is good. That's what it should be, instead of popping in front of the TV.
Yeah.
So no, that makes sense. I would have done the same thing so I could eat, because eating's awesome. Dude, I got some OG KT tape. And I don't know if it's OG KT tape as much as it's just KT tape.
It's KT Pro.
KT Pro, because I messed up my right shoulder. And I was trying to use Mueller tape. And it would last like one day and I would break out bad. Like where I have the tape would like be just a puffed up rash. And it would hurt and it would itch. And I was like, this isn't good. So I was like, KT tape never used to give me issues, so we get it. Shit's been on since last
Saturday.
Is that what it was? Last Saturday? Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So we're banging out. Was that 6 days? This is the 6th day, and this shit's just holding strong. My shoulder pain has gone down drastically.
Yeah.
So, boy, it has to help.
Yeah. I think it relieves enough where it can recover quite a bit.
Where it doesn't have just constant tension on it.
Yeah. And it doesn't help that you're doing 50 push-ups a day.
That's not helping.
I think having that extra support is helping it.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. I'm very happy for it.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll keep wearing it.
Yeah.
How about DT this weekend?
DT this weekend?
Oh, Donald Trump this weekend.
Dude, he's done a lot.
He got after it.
He got after it, dude.
You want to hear the list?
So he helped stop a war between India and Pakistan, right? Or help end a war between them.
An agreement or something like that. Yeah.
He got Zelensky and Putin to talk and try and make a treaty deal. My favorite of all the things, because it's something that people have talked about, and he did it, and now Democrats are up in arms like, he's doing the wrong thing. Do you have a list?
Yeah, but what was that? What was your favorite thing?
He made an executive order that all pharmaceutical drugs, whatever their lowest prices in the world, is what the United States will pay for it. Or like citizens of the United States will pay for it. So prices could get cut from 60 to 80%. And people are up in arms about it because they're just like, well, pharmaceutical companies are going to get their money somehow. So they're going to raise the prices in lower wealthy countries. And so that's going to be affecting all these other countries that can't afford their medicine already. And it's just like, but you complain that you can't afford your medicine.
Right.
So what do you want? Do you want your medicine to be more affordable, or are you going to care about other countries or people in other countries that you actually don't even know how they pay for it?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I thought that was amazing. There's also another thing, which is very interesting if you look it up. He cut some Medicaid funding, but it's not what people think. He cut funding in a way that it's supposed to like get rid of a lot of like the bullshit bureaucratic shit. So like people won't be losing their Medicaid. Like that budget's the same. It's the stuff like controlling it, or the people controlling it, or whatever. Like he cut funding for that. Which was really funny because there was a whole bunch of Democrat libs went to where is it where they have the House and the Senate? It's not the Capitol building. I don't know. They were trying to do some protest insurrection thing, like wherever J6 was. Yeah, a whole bunch of libs went there to protest this bill, even though they don't understand that it's not cutting their funding.
That's awesome.
But yeah, that one's interesting because all Democratic news outlets all say that it's cutting Medicaid funding, and then if you look at any conservative news outlets, it explains that it's not Medicaid funding, it's the bureaucratic funding of whatever.
Sure.
I can't think of words right now.
Sure, that's cool. Are you ready for the list?
Yes.
All right, so in the last week, Trump concluded a 3-day visit to the Middle East, including stops in Saudi Arabia, Qatar, United Arab Emirates, and discussing regional security and economic cooperation.
That's cool.
Okay, that's cool. Economic commitments. In Saudi Arabia, Trump secured a commitment of $600 billion in investments into the U.S., while Qatar pledged $1.2 trillion.
That's awesome, dude.
Pretty good. Potential Gaza freedom zone. Trump suggested the possibility of establishing a freedom zone in Gaza, signaling potential U.S. involvement in de-escalating the conflict.
Oh,
that'd be good. Syria sanctions. Trump indicated he may lift sanctions on Syria, potentially paving the way for deeper diplomatic ties with Saudi Arabia and engagement with Syrian leader al-Shara.
Cool.
Boeing deal. Trump signed a deal with Qatar for the purchase of up to 210 American-made Boeing planes.
Damn.
They also gifted him, because he made that deal, and people aren't talking about this, he got like a $400 million luxury Boeing jet gifted to the U.S.
That's cool.
But people are like up in arms, like Trump, Ben Shapiro, this isn't America first. Trump shouldn't take this, blah, blah, blah. Hey, guys, do you know, have you ever done this before? Have you ever been shopping and you go and you buy, let's just say you're going and you're buying some clothes, okay? Have you ever bought a lot of clothes and they throw in another something on top of it, is like, oh, here's a thank you for buying a lot of shit, right?
Yeah, dude, it's great.
It's great. So, guys, think large scale, which might be hard for you. If you're buying 210 fucking jets, 210 jets, if you're buying 210 airplanes,
I think it's okay to accept a free luxury jet.
And they throw in, hey, for brokering this deal, we would like to give you a free gift. It makes sense to me, but people are so up in arms about it. Additional action. So, executive order on drug prices, like you said. Mm-hmm. Trump signed an executive order to lower prescription drug prices, aiming to align them with prices paid by other nations. I freaking love it. Mm-hmm. You know what I hate about it?
What?
Pharmaceutical companies are going to quit offering those drugs in the U.S. They will offer different drugs across the world than they do in the U.S.
Or like change the name.
Yep, so exactly. And then start a new patent. So they'll take a drug, put a new patent with a little different ingredient, and that's what they're going to recommend in the U.S. They're going to get rid of the tried and true drug and send it overseas.
Dang.
That's what'll happen.
Well, speaking of, real quick, did you hear that they have now changed the formula of ivermectin?
No.
It's not what it used to be, and it's not like safe anymore.
I believe that 100%.
Yeah, they put something in it that, like formaldehyde or something that's like cancerous, like known to be cancerous or dangerous.
Not remotely surprised. They've taken a good, tried and true drug. Because, dude, they make them. Like, people don't understand. Like, there are certain drugs that are good. Mm-hmm. At least I think that there's certain drugs that are good. And they're changing the good formula with bad, like I just said. Mm-hmm. PBD talked about patents on his podcast earlier this week when they went over this. And then I was like, yeah, well, they could just take ivermectin, because they do it all the time. They offer like the new drug of the month here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's like, and we saw it in the group home world, these guys would get prescribed new shit all the time because it was the new drug of the month.
Yep.
And so they're just going to take ivermectin, add something terrible to it, repatent it, not sell anywhere else, and still charge the absurd prices.
Yeah.
Potential Russia-Ukraine talks. Trump held open the possibility of attending peace talks between Russia and Ukraine. Mm-hmm. Speech to troops in Qatar. Nice. Addressed troops stationed at El Udeid Air Base in Qatar, praising their service. That's cool.
That's cool.
Military pay raise. Trump promised substantial pay raises for the military during a speech to troops. That's kind of cool. Didn't hear about that one.
Mm-mm.
Easing tensions between India and Pakistan. Trump claimed credit for easing tensions between India and Pakistan. I think it's awesome. He also, I can't believe this isn't on this list. This is absurd. Trump put a pause on the China tariffs. Mm-hmm. And that, so essentially there's a pause on the tariff thing for 90 days. They set in place the current tariff, whatever it is. And then in 90 days, they're going to open the discussion back up. Mm-hmm. So people are pretty like, well, in 90 days, we're just going to be back to where we were. And I believe that's probably true.
Yeah. I saw one person talking about how he did that strategically So then businesses that strictly manufacture in China, it gives them a little bit of time to figure out what they're going to do to get out of China without like causing them extreme harm.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Yeah. I did see, it might have been the same person, I don't remember, but people were saying how this is kind of nice because India, they think India is going to start taking a lot of our manufacturing instead.
Yeah, they talked about that.
And they're like, so that might be good because India is a country that I believe, are allies with.
Mm-hmm.
We do align with them a lot more than we do with China. And it's just like, we should be doing more business with countries that we align with more than ones that we don't.
Right. Yep.
So, I believe that's kind of like the hopes is that some of these companies will move their manufacturing to India instead.
Yeah, that makes sense. There's a lot that we're talking about doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think some to Pakistan too, right?
Yeah.
Was that part of it? Or am I crazy?
Maybe. I don't know.
I thought that maybe I'm crazy.
But, so yeah, I think that'll be good, honestly. Like, why are we doing so much business with a country that we don't really like?
Is a communist country.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And
that's killed more people than anyone else in history.
And they're our biggest threat out of any other country.
Right.
So, yeah, we should probably not be doing business with them and helping them.
Would make sense.
Yeah. So yeah, it's kind of cool.
Trump got after it.
He really did. I saw a post that was like, while you were like drinking beers and enjoying the weekend, Trump was doing all this. And I was like, damn, dude.
Dude, it is crazy what that man gets done.
I know, dude.
Dude.
And like, people are saying like he's done more for the world and like trying to create peace in these first
16 weeks, I think. 15, 16 weeks.
4 months, yeah. 4 or 5 months than Biden did in his 4 years.
Yes, big time, not even comparable.
Yep.
Dude, have you ever looked at the like what got accomplished or like week 1 accomplishments, week 10 accomplishments, week
Oh no, I haven't seen those.
Dude,
it's a lot.
It doesn't stop going.
Mm-hmm.
You just scroll and you just scroll and you just so like all the main headline things we talked about plus another 20.
Do you think
a week?
That's just wild. Do you think he's like afraid? Like he's just like, I'm sure I'm gonna get assassinated at some point, so I'm just trying to do as much as I can as quickly as possible.
I'm sure that's in his mind because he's had multiple attempts.
Mm-hmm.
But I think also, as you know, it takes a couple years to experience. It takes like a couple years to really let things come to fruition.
Mm-hmm.
And so a lot of these orders he's putting, like a lot of things, because they say like people, like president's first term is them putting things into place, and then their second term is you experiencing what they put into place.
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't have that luxury. He's got 4 years to get everything put into place and make you feel the benefits of everything being put into place.
Mm-hmm.
So he's essentially got to shove everything down our throats this year so that next year we can start feeling the positive effects by it by the midterm elections.
Yeah, because we need to keep it Republican House and Senate.
Right. So we're not talking about like normally like a 4 to 8 year thing. We're talking about like shrinking that down to like 1 to 2 years.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
Did the tax cut bill go through? The one, I thought it still had to be passed by the Senate.
The
no tax on tips, overtime and Social Security. I just saw someone post about it again, but I feel like it was the House numbers, which we've seen before. So I was curious if the Senate one went through or not yet. What do they do? I feel like they don't do anything.
Who?
The fucking House and Senate.
I don't know.
They seem to get paid lots of money to not really do anything that they say they're going to do.
Yeah, it seems.
I will say...
No, it's still... House Republicans on Monday outlined their plans for an expensive tax bill that would temporarily enact President Trump's campaign pledges not to tax tips or overtime pay, roll back subsidies for clean energy, and create a new type of tax advantage investment account for children. Jesus, dude, everything on that list is amazing.
Wait,
Dude,
it still needs to pass the House?
House outlined their plans for it. Dude, roll back subsidies for clean energy. I love it, dude.
That'd be cool.
The bill, which the Ways and Means... So it's the first full attempt at detailing the plans for cutting taxes. Quickly faced criticism from House Republicans, nearly all whom will need to support the legislation to pass. In order for it to pass, what is expected to yeah, so it's going to be it's expected to be a unified Democrat opposition. So all House Republicans are going to need to be on board to pass it.
Dang. I thought it already passed the House.
Apparently not.
Weird. Anyways, I don't understand the whole system.
People please, people, listen to me, please. I cannot stress this enough. Your Democrat Party, who is for the working people, that's their like fucking slogan and shit,
are trying to vote down a tax bill that'll help the working people.
Guys, do you understand what we are saying? For the people, for the average American person, for the working class, your Democrat Party is voting down bills that will highly, positively impact the working class people. Are you guys seriously still backing the people who are not backing you?
Mm-hmm.
How? How are you doing that? Why are you doing that? No one understands this. Like, I cannot wrap my fucking brain around, dude, if I looked, because believe it or not, guys, I've done this, okay? If I looked and I go, every time I try to do something, that person is trying to take me down. And they're trying to take me down for the worse. They're trying to make my life worse every time I do something. I think I love them. I want to be their best friend. The person who is trying to attack me and take me down and make my life worse every day, take my rights away, oh, you know what? I love them. I want them to be in control of my life. I would like them to be in control of my life. Or you look at the people purely by track record, purely by what's happening, not by what the media tells you, are trying to do things to make my life easier, to make my life better, to allow me to be more successful, to have less regulations on me so that I'm able to live my life more independently and with more freedom. And is trying at the same time to do that with everyone else to make the country better as a whole. But I wouldn't want them as the people in charge of me. I wouldn't want them to be my friend. I wouldn't want to follow those people. The people that are trying to help me.
Yeah, no. Why would you do that?
It makes no sense.
No. No, it doesn't.
You motherfuckers got pea brains. You're unable to comprehend basic shit. You've got zero street smarts.
No.
You cannot see something and correlate what the fuck it means. You can't do it.
No.
You're incapable of just seeing something and applying it to your life. That's it.
Charlie Kirk videos have been popping up on my YouTube again.
Amazing.
Yep. One, it's fun to see those because the Republican population on campus has definitely been growing.
Oh, yeah.
But this one girl was trying to say how MAGA is a cult, and
Sure.
how can we be, with a cult and all this stuff. And he's just like, okay, well, like, why do you think it's a cult or whatever? And she starts going on about how her parents are very conservative, and he's like, wait, your parents are conservative? And she's like, yeah. And he's like, do they love you? Well, yeah, of course they do. And she's like, well, then they're terrible people at being in a cult. He's like, because if you're in a cult and someone opposes what the cult stands for, you shun them.
Right.
And she's just like, well, no, it's still a cult. And she's like, you guys blindly follow what one man says and blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, you all blindly follow what the news tells you. And it's not even true.
Fake news.
Fake news.
Dude, I love it. Dude, even David Hogue, you know him, the school shooting dude, super liberal cuck.
No.
You know him when you see him.
Probably, yeah.
He's been like going on circuits and stuff and talking. And he even said how, like, David Hogg, he's such a loser. Hold on, David. Stop it.
Why don't I look that up and you can continue?
Anyways, he even came out and spoke, like last week, and he's like, "Here's the deal, guys. The Democratic Party is losing young males. We are not relating to them. We are judging them." Because like they did a poll and asked people like why they're leaving. They're like, we are done. Like we're done supporting a party who judges us on everything we do. Mm-hmm. And they're like, we're going to go with the party who doesn't judge our actions.
100%. Like they're totally pushing, especially teenage boys, to become Republicans.
Oh,
you
100%.
get to think their whole lives, like the kids that are graduating high school now, their whole lives they've been told like, oh, well, you have white privilege, you have male privilege, you can't do this, you can't do that, like
You're racist.
Right. You're homophobic, you're trans, like all these things they've been just told like no, and like the whole system has just been pushing them to be more Republican.
So the thing is, a lot of the school system is indoctrination. And they've also done a really good job at bringing the test levels down.
Yeah.
So it's easy to indoctrinate lazy people.
Yeah.
It's easy to indoctrinate people without a lot of drive. So in that realm, they're doing a really good job and they're getting the majority. Young teenage boys who maybe their parents are feeding them a good diet, or just purely their genetics are just outpowering all the negative shit they're being exposed to. They are what is a kid's number one thing? They rebel. If you say do this, they do the opposite thing.
100%.
So it is working with a lot of the weak population, with a lot of the low testosterone population. That indoctrination's working. The boys who still got test, they're like, fuck you, rebel.
100%.
And so in that realm, because they're not able to get everyone's test down as much, and a lot of people are waking up to it, and with the MAHA movement, Make America Healthy Again, they're getting food dyes and shit out by 2026. So stuff like that's really good stuff. These teenage boys are like, no. Fuck you. And it's backfiring. And I love to see it. And I love to see someone like David Hogue, even though he's a loser, come out and admit that we are doing this to ourselves. And
just a reminder to put a cherry on top of the cake. Let's look at what the whole like president, cabinet, and everything is. It's full of people that used to be Democrats. Trump used to be a Democrat.
Oh, yeah.
Elon Musk was a Democrat.
For sure.
RFK.
Yeah, bro.
A Kennedy is a Republican.
Yeah, dude.
That's not a thing. Tulsi Gabbard.
Yeah.
And then I think there's another one too that used to be a
Yeah, for sure. That's a
very-
really good point. Yeah,
So
all the main people used to be Democrats.
100%. The Democrats have out-democrated themselves.
Damn, dude, I love it. That's cool. So it's good things happening, dude. I like to see these things happening. I hope you guys got into the stock market here a few like 6 weeks ago, 8 weeks ago when the tariff things first were announced. The stock market dropped to like 30% in a day. So I hope you guys got into that because we are already reaping rewards from that.
Yeah, I think only one or two of the stocks that I bought
Aren't up. Same.
And I'm guessing one of them's the same that we both have.
Can guarantee it is.
Yep.
But yeah, it's really good. Things are up. And the last time something like that happened was during COVID. So depending on where the next 4 years take us, we might not see it again for a while. I would love for some stuff to happen so it happens again so we can get more money into the market.
But I doubt it.
It's unlikely. It doesn't happen often.
It's not too late to get into the market still right now.
A lot of this stuff's still low.
Still low. It's not obviously as low, but it is still pretty low.
Yeah, it's better to get in now than
not.
So, cool. Good things happening.
Good things are happening.
Good things are happening. I got to get some coffee and I got to get rolling on my day.
Sounds good.
You good?
I'm good.
All right, gang. We'll catch you on the next one.
See you.